People from small towns where everybody knows everybody. What did someone do that was so embarrassing they had to move away? Answer 1. Our mayor lost $1.3 million to an internet scammer promising a Beyoncé and Justin Timberlake concert. It was so embarrassing Oh wait, no, they re-elected him, my bad. Answer 2. I remember in the 1970s there was a girl in our town who caught all sorts of flack for getting pregnant at 13. Yes, 13, if you can believe it. Why, that little tramp. And by her uncle, no less. That poor man, seduced by that terrible devil child, knew she was a bad seed from the moment. Yeah. You as sick to your stomach as I am yet? That's how the old lady mafia in our town characterized the incident. We never saw her again, but Uncle Pervert was a pillar of the community and was frequently seen around town for years afterwards. I hope his ultimate fate involved hammers somehow. Answer 3. It wasn't really even something they did. In about 5th or maybe 6th grade, a family moved into our small suburban town. They moved there from somewhere in Appalachia, West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. The girl who ended up in my class was named Hilda Fag. Oh my God, that poor kid with a name like that, and her whole family got so much shit for being the fags. I don't think they lasted 6 months in that stupid little town. I found out years later that they moved a few towns over and changed their name to Flag. Anyway, hello Hilda Flag. I hope the years since then have been kind to you. Answer 4. I'm not even from a small town, but this girl in middle school told everyone she had a brain tumor and did fundraising for a surgery. But one of her best friends asked her parents about it, and they had no clue what she was talking about. This was early in the school year, and she didn't last until winter break before her family pulled her out of the district because the bullying was so bad. Answer 5. He didn't leave over it, but one of the local police officers got very publicly caught blowing a guy in the Baskin-Robbins parking lot, and got stuck forever with the nickname Officer 2 Scoops. He was chill, usually let people off for weed. Answer 6. Pissed in the biscuit dough at Hardee's. Every small town has a biscuit story, but this one is authentic. His co-workers laughed, and when his mom showed up to order breakfast, he told her what he did as if she would think it was funny. She didn't find it funny at all and literally beat his ass. It made the local paper. Destroyed the whole community. The Hardee's became an Arby's, now it's a bridal shop. Answer 7. A girl a year ahead of me was removed from the home because she was being molested by her stepfather. At night, a few local guys erected a sign saying, "Child molester lives here." Family moved to the next province. The wife stayed with him and tried to spread the story to people that her daughter had seduced her husband by walking around provocatively in her nightie, and it wasn't his fault. Answer 8. 50-year-old was having sex with cows. I first thought it was a cruel rumor, then someone took pictures. He moved to Colombia within a week. I'm still horrified by the story. Answer 9. Due to my high school class recorded himself jerking off and saying a certain girl's name over and over. Wouldn't have been a problem, I guess, if he hadn't recorded it over a VHS of RoboCop, and then left that in his car when he took it in to get fixed, and if the guy fixing his car hadn't taken it home for his family to watch. Bit of a nasty surprise for all involved. Answer 10. Spanish teacher got caught by a group of students having sex with a construction worker in the boys' locker room. Second semester she relocated to a middle school in another town. Answer 11. A girl tricked a boy into sending her nudes by pretending to live on the other side of the country and being interested in him. She then proceeded to share these online, and it spread like wildfire. In not even 12 hours everybody had seen them, and that was in 2003. The guy switched schools that week, but it didn't help, and the whole family moved away a few weeks after. Don't know if the girl got in trouble, but I doubt anything meaningful was done to her. Answer 12. Guy got arrested for CSAM. Local PD always publicizes these with pictures of them searching the house, as well as the general area. Sheriff's office executed a search warrant in the 700 block of Pedo Street. Part of the material he was uploading was from hidden cameras in his bathroom, so his own daughters were unknowing victims. Wife kicked him out and began pursuing divorce immediately. So while he was out on bail, he was staying in a hotel. People kept egging and vandalizing the house and leaving threats, not realizing they were actually terrorizing the victims instead of the pedo. Answer 13. Kid was expelled from every school in town, all 4, and we were his last chance. One day, he did a roundhouse kick to our pregnant teacher's stomach. She never came back, and neither did he. Answer 14. I grew up in a small town in Georgia. I had a friend in high school that came out as gay. He was essentially forced to leave town for his own safety. So many Christians were so ready to judge and harm someone for just existing. Thankfully, I left too when I graduated high school. I could never go back or let my kids grow up in a place like that. Answer 15. Late 80s. Very nerdy white guy. Super quiet, bowl cut, smart but completely socially inept. Not a jerk, just a nerd. Summer his junior year, visits family for the summer. When he comes back, well, as a white guy acting like a black guy. I mean, fully dressed as a rapper and talking like one. He even changed his name. Duke E. Fresh. Duke E. became Dookie in 2 seconds. Dookie Fresh. Rough. Went to another HS by December, I think. Last I heard, he came out and was finally comfortable with who he is. No longer pretending to be black. Answer 16. I've got one that tramples every other story here under roof. I'm from the same town as the Mr. Hands guy. Answer 17. Popular and rich football player moved to town junior year. Always a starter and had a lot of hype built up around him because of where he came from. Camps, etc. He wasn't good, but if anyone knows how politics work in small towns, you understand. Anyways, summer comes along. This kid is a class act douche. Entitled is giving him a compliment. The deputy mayor? Whatever, guy is just under the mayor went on vacation, which he did often, so the two sons would throw parties, obviously. Fun parties, and the two sons were actually very cool. Always a mix of the cliches. No one knew about it really, but the two sons were getting into trouble when the parents came home from vacation. There were really high phone charges that correlated when they were out of town, and they were accused of nefarious something or other. Not many people will understand this time, as it was the mid-90s. No cell phones, etc. Anyway, the two kids were stumped, and it was obvious that someone was calling 1 to 900 numbers, phone sex, whenever they threw a party. I have no idea how the parents kept leaving them alone after all this, but that's another story for another day. These brothers came in with a plan and hid all the phones, but one that was in their parents' bedroom, the third party they threw that summer. I guess they had an idea who it was, but weren't sure. These were rather large raggers in a big house, small town. Sure enough, about 1 o'clock the music cuts off, and one of the brothers asked everyone to come upstairs to check something out. A few people got tipped off and had already went upstairs. Anyway, they opened the door to old Johnny, real name, laying down on the parents' bed, jacking it to someone on the phone. In front of pretty much anyone who squeezed into the hallway. The family moved before senior year started. Answer 18. She was renting out a second home to her son, who blew it up, and after investigation it was found to be a meth lab. Since her son was living there, it didn't need to be listed as a rental, so it was just a second home, so everyone found that address blew up, caused by meth lab. Meant that she personally did all that. Even after clearing the air, a lot of people still thought she did drugs, so much so that a lot of people would not locally hire her with her drug past. Lady never did drugs in her life. Answer 19. The minister died from autoerotic asphyxiation. His wife and kids came home from a long weekend, and he had been hanging for days in a hot room in women's underwear surrounded by corn magazines. The family left immediately, but the wife only came back for the funeral, talked to almost no one. Within days, it was as if they never existed. Answer 20. This is not embarrassing. But they were forced to move. Our old neighbor and my wife got into a petty argument about dog poop. To make a long story short, she tried to poison our dog with antifreeze and ended up killing the neighbor's dog on the other side. At the same time, she was cheating on her husband, and he let the police fully aware of what happened. We all packed that courthouse and made her feel horrible. The judge was furious. She moved away shortly after. Only enough the house exploded about a month later from a gas leak. No one was there. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like to support me. It's free. And if you want more of these stories, hit the subscribe button so you never miss one. We are uploading daily stories. See you in the next video.